The arsonist had oddly shaped feet. The arsonist had oddly shaped feet. The arsonist had oddly shaped feet. Oh, hello. We're live. Welcome to the stream tonight. I know it's been a little bit of a break, but we're back. So thank you for joining me on this stream. We're going to talk a little bit about what is going on with GPU supply and prices. Yeah, sup Lith, you are in the house. I'm gonna throw some things at you tonight, and you may or may not agree. Probably won't agree, but we'll see. But look at all this clickbaity stuff right now. This is terrible GPU news. I'm actually mad if it's true. Sure, look how mad. Look how serious Jay is in this. He looks very serious. And then you see his sponsor. Yes, you look so serious. You look so mad. Nvidia may be stuck with a ton of 40 series GPUs. I should be the only J you're watching. I don't accept other people watching other J's. I have to be the only one. I'm okay with Paul. I'm okay with LTT. I know not everybody's down with LTT, but you know, when I ask them, are you down with LTT? They're like, yeah, you know me. So then also here is a very important one, which says subscribe to Sweet Baby J's channel or else he'll throw your CPU into water. All right, that is exactly what this says right here. Oh yeah, it's an old school song, that one. All right, so if you haven't subscribed already, subscribe, hit that like button wherever it is. It's hiding down there somewheres. All right, subscribe if you haven't already subscribed. Doesn't cost you anything, and it makes me feel good. And it can make you feel good too, especially if you watch some of the content and you enjoy it. So like, subscribe, share to people, you know, especially if you're down with LTT, you can share with people to show them that you are also down with LTT. But tonight, it's going to be all about the rumors that Nvidia is in panic mode, canceling GPU orders as their stock plummets. Look at Joker. Oh my goodness, he's plummeting. Something's plummeting. But we're not going to watch people's YouTube videos. Instead, we're going to go straight to the source that goes to the source. So not the actual source, because this is the source. And I can't read any of that. I have no idea what it says. But what it does say, probably somewhere over here, is that you should like, share, subscribe, hit that bell to sign up for notifications, and your life will be complete. So I'm pretty sure that's what that says. Not an expert though. But key points from that article are there are cuts to orders from TSMC. And the biggest one is Nvidia, who have ordered a buttload of 5 nanometer product from TSMC for their new 40 series GPUs and their new Hopper, Ada Lovelace Hopper multi, unit things that they're making for servers and supercomputers and all that jazz. So there's that aspect of the business as well. So what does this mean? A lot of people right now, they're talking, that it's because there's not going to be a lot of demand, because there's a lot of inventory out there. All right, I'm going to call BS on that right now. Yes, there is a lot of inventory out there, but it's not the only reason. Okay, it can't be the only reason, because guess what? There's always a lot of GPU inventory out there. There's a lot of Pascal GPUs out there. There's a lot of Maxwell GPUs out there. There's a lot of GPUs out there. All right? There's more GPUs than PCs. And that's not even counting, 3000 series GPUs. The issue is that there's a certain formula here that Nvidia wants, and I think part of it kind of comes around the what this person here is talking about. We preferred the price point that scarcity brings so we can make more money per unit instead of more volume. That's partially true. And I don't think it's actually planned scarcity that's at it. But the issue is this. I think... Yeah, let's see. There's a difference between a lot of GPUs out there and they're getting out the door, and a lot of GPUs that are stuck on the shelf. Yeah, stuck on the shelf. That's part of it. But again, I wouldn't think, I don't think that's the big issue either. Stuck on the shelf, yeah, that is part of it, maybe. But I can't believe that a company like Nvidia wouldn't know that demand would slow down, especially as their new GPU is coming out. There's a GPU bottleneck right now. What, on PCs in general? I don't think there's a GPU bottleneck right now for PCs. Or are you talking about supply chain wise? No, I don't think so. I think they knew. Come on. People were talking about mining going out in spring, before the news of, before Nvidia was even hitting their, orders out to TSMC. So I don't buy that necessarily. I think the issue comes down to a few different factors together. If the China mining ban, nah, because the China mining ban was even earlier, right? That was like 2021. The China mining ban happened. Well, the ban, you're not allowed, but everybody kept doing it. But no, I don't think the China mining ban. I'm gonna say right now it's a combination of things. Probably best case scenario is that Nvidia doesn't like their 4000 series GPUs. And I don't think they are, I don't think they're a big enough step up to get people who have, you can grab, 3080s, 3080 Ti. You can get 3080 Ti's now for like $1,000 quite easily, and 3090s for, 1,000, 1,200. I've seen them for, 1,500 is like even a little bit on the high range for 3090s, right? So I don't think Nvidia is going to have a 3090 level performance card that is going to be available for cheaper than a used 3090. And I think that's where the issue is going to be. So I think that's part of what is going to happen, because Nvidia, I think they made these big orders to TSMC for 4000 series with the intent of selling in this zone up here. But the used market and the performance differential, so if the 4000 series performance was amazing, they could still hold the pricing tier up here and say, we're going to demand this super high price for these 4000 series cards. And if the performance is there, people will pay for it. But I don't think the performance is up there. I think the performance is incremental, and the higher performance increases is in very specialized, focused areas. So I don't think 4000 series is going to be broadly that much better than 3000 series. Not enough to justify higher prices. I think that's part of it. And additionally, I think this next gen from AMD is going to be at a much better price point even than the 6000 series from AMD. I don't think the 4090 is going to be twice as fast as the 3090. I know you're saying the 4090 is twice as fast in like maybe some things, but I don't think, I don't think for the majority of gamers it's going to be there. I don't know. And maybe it is, and maybe I'm wrong, right? You're pretty good with your predictions. I'm not so good with my predictions. So I don't think the 4090 is twice as fast as the 3090. Right now, they had there was a leak recently with not a leak, but there was like it was a leak. It was on video cards. They had a leak recently with the 4090. Yeah, 66% faster than the 3090 Ti. Right? That's not twice as fast. So that's only 66% faster. Yeah. It says greater than 19,000. But they're saying that's 66% faster than 3090 Ti, 82% faster than 3090. So that's not twice as fast as 3090. Yeah, so it's not twice. It's close, I guess, 82% faster. It's not quite 100% faster. But again, that's in Time Spy at 4K. And I don't think a lot of people are gaming at 4K. And I think it's going to be a very niche product. What did I just do? Twitter, get out of here. Yeah, 90% faster than 3090. Yeah, 500 hertz monitors, yeah. Again, and well, here's the thing. I think this next 4K is the new 2K. No, that's pricing. That's pricing, not resolution. $4,000 is the new $2,000. Let's clear that up. It's not 4,000 is the new 2,000. Not 4K is the new 2K, but yeah, I don't. Again, like the 4090 is like, they're talking like 600 watt TDP. I don't like, if the performance is there, the quantity of current cards should have nothing to do with it. So if you have that performance step up, people are going to pay the money for it. And I don't think it's going to have that performance step up. And the reason they're cutting it is because they've realized that the used market pricing, the price to performance in the used market is going to make their new cards at the price they want to sell them not appealing. And that's my thoughts on it. Because again, you read, this, not this one, but you read the breakdown, right, of this. They're saying, AMD reduced orders for 6 nanometer wafers by 20,000 for fourth quarter 2022, first quarter 2023. Right. However, volume for 5 nanometer wafers for PCs and servers has not been affected. AMD's not touching their next gen orders. They're reducing orders for 7 nanometer, which makes sense because 7 nanometer is their, current GPUs, CPUs. 6 nanometer is their Raphael, their laptop ones, right? And my thoughts too, though, is that why AMD is reducing their 6 nanometer wafers is, I think we saw in the CPU roadmap, right? With I'm gonna bring this up in move this guy to the top. So when AMD shared their CPU roadmap, they have this Zen 4C there. I'm thinking that's going to be their laptop CPUs moving forward. And I think what's happening is they're winding down their laptop CPUs from TSMC. There's 6 nanometer ones. And it's going to be replaced by 5 nanometer /4 nanometer Zen 4C CPUs. So, because at first when I was like, oh, Apple's reducing, Nvidia's reducing, AMD's reducing, I'm like, what's wrong with TSMC's node? What's wrong with their node? You know, like why is it not? Why are people canceling their orders? Is the node bad or something, or not like living up to expectations? But AMD has a reason. Apple, I think, also has a reason, because in what is a slowing economy, who's gonna pay $1,500 for the same phone they bought last year with, I don't know, 2 more hours of battery life and a different color, right? So who's going to buy that? I'm not. And I don't think a lot of people are either. So I think they're just cutting it because, again, I think iPhone is going to be just incremental increase. And when you have a tightening market, shrinking liquidity amongst your purchasing demographic, you're not gonna, they're not gonna buy your product as readily, for like a small feature, or an incremental increase. And I think that's similar. What's happening with Nvidia is that the increase isn't going to be enough. The pricing is going to be higher. I think Nvidia was kicking themselves with the release of the 3000 series, that they sold it at such a low price, and they're going to have the pricing for the 4000 series where they wished they would have had the 3000 series. And I think that's sort of what they're also sort of using as their justification. So I honestly don't think it has to do with the loaded market. I think it has to do with the price they want to sell the 4000 series at and the performance increase. So I don't think you're going to be able to get, you're probably going to be able to get a comparable performance 3000 series. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if the 4080 is at 1500 Canadian. That sounds about right. Yeah. Well, you figure the 12 gig 3080 and the 3080 Ti is sort of what Nvidia really wishes they would have sold the 3080 at. So, we'll see. And another thought I had, which maybe, maybe Nvidia has insider info about, and I'm going to start sounding like Moore's Law is dead right here, but, Nvidia's got insider info that AMD is going to destroy them this generation. So they're trying to backpedal their orders to produce as few of these dead in the water 4000 series GPUs as possible, so they don't have to sit with them on the shelves next to their 3000 series, which are all going to be utter garbage compared to the new AMD GPUs. Although honestly, I do think that the new AMD GPUs are going to be hitting at a price point where they're going to have a performance level and a price point. Yeah, AMD drivers always sucked. They are better recently. Like release drivers for AMD are better than they were. But that's just that AMD fine wine, right? It's like, yeah, you can improve 10% performance, which is nice later on down the road, but if it's not working day one, who's going to buy it? Only an idiot buys a product that's not properly done. Sorry, Adler Lake people. Yeah. So I have a feeling that AMD, though, there's a good reason why AMD hasn't touched their orders for 5 nanometer from TSMC, and it's, I think their chiplet design is going to allow them to hit a performance level and a price point that's going to make the market saturation not a problem. Um, I wouldn't be surprised. Oh my, well, actually, I would be surprised. 7600 XT at 400 ish, and if that's like what, 6800 XT level performance, I don't think, like, that's gonna make like, that's gonna make, oh, 6900 XT performance level. Well, then, if that's true, then you are gonna see $500 3090s then, when that 7600 XT releases. That's when. You heard it here first. $500 3090s is going to happen when that 7600 XT drops. It's the truth, man. It's the truth. But yeah, if that 7600 XT is at 6900 XT level performance for 400-ish, that's absolutely insane. And yeah, I think with AMD's strategy this coming generation, they're positioned so well to be pricing their product in a way that the supply of products in the market is not going to be an issue. Because yeah, it doesn't matter if there's 3090s on sale for like $1,000 or even $600 or whatever. If you can get that 7600 XT that performs just as well for 400 brand new, nobody's going to buy that 3090. They're going to buy the 7600 XT unless they need that 24 gigs for 8K gaming and future proofing. Now we will see in 2 months. Now the trick is who's going to release first. Like, this is the thing that doesn't make sense to me with Nvidia. Delaying, I think they're probably delaying some of the shipments of their stuff, but why would you delay it? Unless maybe the opposite is true and Nvidia has insider information that the chiplet design just doesn't game well. It has a hard time with a lot of applications and requires a lot of optimization or something from game developers or something. Yeah, I remember how they forgot about the 3090 Ti's for months. You think something similar is going to happen with the 4000 series? I wouldn't be surprised if that happened. If with the 4000 series they just are like, oh yeah, we're releasing the 4000 series. Here's the performance of it. Reviewers maybe will they'll show some maybe benchmark graphs and stuff, and oh look, it kills the competition. See, though, the issue that I see with that is that if they do that, there's gonna be, you want to have them there for the holiday season, right? And I don't know, like, I feel like if somebody, if there was like a AIB partner or somebody who, grabbed a huge order of 3000 series GPUs and, late in the game, that would be more of a them problem than an Nvidia problem. And I don't know. I feel like for Nvidia, maintaining that mind share, maintaining that market share, would be most critical. And yeah, no, they are cheaper right now, but I don't know. I feel like Nvidia with those 3000 series orders, they might want to do something similar to like what I don't know what they're doing with those lower end ones. Yeah, they're still selling 2000 series. And they were making 2000 series during the the shortage, right? So I don't know. I don't know why they would delay it. When unless AMD's having like serious troubles. I don't know. I don't know if they do a paper launch, because that really just sets the table for AMD to dig into their market share, right? They do a paper launch, and it doesn't sound like AMD is going to have any trouble getting product from TSMC, right? Unless there's some development issue that's... Oh no, I've seen how big the 3090s are. They're massive. Right? But you got like a 600-watt cooler on there. Yeah. You're cooling the power of a high performance gaming computer in 2018, right? No, it is. But I also have a question too, and it's a question that I haven't really been able to answer recently, is that 12 volt HPWR connectors, right? Yeah, there's a lot of coolers to produce, but you know what? I would expect a lot of these companies, yeah, well, for the new ATX standard, but I still haven't gotten a clear answer from anybody that, can you plug in, is there a way to plug in, 4 or 5, whatever, 8-pin PCIe connectors into that thing, or 3 of them, and get the 600 watts going through it? Or is it going to limit it because those 4 pins for signal are not getting what they need to get? No, like I've seen the adapter, right, that comes with the 3090 Ti's. And I just haven't gotten, I guess a straight answer on, but yeah, you're saying those have no problem, given you don't have to get like a native, like, native support. Oh, okay, so it's a BIOS feature. Okay, good. I was kind of worried because I have an AX1600i, and I'm like, I really hope I can use this with these new massive powered cards if I get them. Okay. It just goes ham. Well, it might go into like a safe mode, right? Where it's like, just like, oh, we're only going to allow 400 watts on this 800 watt card. So I'm wondering too if that maybe is something, because I haven't seen anything or heard anything about AMD having that connector on their cards. Right? So is that, maybe because AMD doesn't really need it? You can't do that. What can't you do? Unless it's a press release somewhere, because they will get a lawsuit. You can't limit it unless, you can't limit it because it's not using that new... Oh, okay. You can't limit the GPU based on the PSU? Okay. Tell that to Gigabyte. Or Rosewell with those 1000-watt bronze Glacier PSUs. Those things were really blowing up in early 2021. Yeah, they will warn about it. I think so. Okay, because that was another thing I was kind of contemplating. Was like, is Nvidia delaying it so that there can be more support with that that 12-volt high power cable? Because it doesn't seem like there's a lot of support out there, but it would be nice to see that. And then also too, I was thinking with the because again, like, it looks like AMD is not going to have like super high power consumption cards this coming generation, right? Like maybe what, 400 watts ish? Probably not much more than that, you know. And you're already looking at, like, if you're looking at 3090 Ti's, there's like 600 watt ones, and there's even like what, the Kingpin one, which is like 1200 watts. Exactly, yeah, they're efficient with that chiplet design, which again maybe makes it so that you don't need to use that 16 pin connector, 12 plus 4, right? You might not need to use that on AMD, and maybe they won't even adopt that on them at all. But we shall see. It seems like even with those pins on the connector, some of them are not even used at all and are sort of saved for future usage. But yeah, I don't know. Like, to me, Nvidia delaying, though, it just seems so weird with AMD going full steam ahead. So AMD is going full steam ahead with their stuff. They're ready to launch on their schedule from what it sounds like. They're not talking to TSMC about delaying orders or reducing orders. It seems like their orders are still in line with what they wanted. Who knows? Maybe they can actually eat up the. Yeah, I saw that. I saw Thermaltake has one. I was looking. Gigabyte has their one from a little while ago. Asus has one. I was looking even too. Seasonic has a one with that connector on it. Let me see the. But I didn't. Because the weird thing too is with it was the TX ones here. They're Prime TX. It's got ding. Right. Oh no, wait. This is the what is this one? That's the 650, not the 650. Well, I got the 1300 watt. So the TX 1300 has right. Where is it? Right here. Those two 12 volt HPWR connectors. Which is kind of cool. But from what it looks like on the PSU itself, you're not having any, I don't think there's any like special, well, that one's not fully populated, so that's probably a lower one. But yeah, you don't have any like special connectors for that, those 4-pin guys on there, so I don't see any extra info coming through those little cable guys there. So yeah, I don't think there's going to be a lot. It was really weird that Corsair recently released 2 higher power PSUs, assuming those are to sort of cover more ground for those for the new cards from Nvidia, right, with their ridiculous power requirements, and none of them have that high, that 12 volt high power cord in them. Like, they're nothing about them being ATX 3.0. So we shall see. But yeah, I don't see too much logic behind the reduction or the delay, especially if AMD is on schedule. If AMD's not on schedule or if AMD's having issues, then I understand exactly what Nvidia is doing and it makes sense then. But yeah, if AMD's still on track and AMD's gonna, launch Q4 or, second half, yeah, and I don't see any indication of them having issues. So it sounds like basically Nvidia is setting the table for them to grab market share with delaying. So I don't know what's going to happen with that. And who knows, maybe Nvidia is just talking about delaying and they're going to wait for AMD to launch and then they're going to launch with supply right after. Because I know they like to fiddle around with their pricing. They like to fiddle around with all that stuff. And if there's anything we learned in the last year or two is that whenever AMD does something, there's always some news conveniently about Nvidia that tries to steal the spotlight or the thunder. So, um, yeah, I don't know what's gonna happen with that delay. Do you really think they're? I don't think they're scared of them either, but I don't know. Well, actually, you know what? Yes and no. Okay. Nvidia is definitely not scared of Intel. I don't think anybody's scared of Intel right now. Intel's like the kid that's like, I don't know, still figuring out how to walk. I don't see any GPU manufacturer, really that concerned about Intel. Uh, Definitely not Nvidia. So, but I don't know. AMD did trigger some response, right, from Nvidia. Uh, but again, was it AMD triggering that response, or was it like I'm talking like 3070 Ti, 3080 Ti? It seemed like those launched. Was like, oh man, whew. Did those? I don't. Those launched quite quickly after Nvidia like launched their main cards, right? Like it was like a few months later, a few months after AMD had their cards in the market, that Nvidia had the TIs out there, So you had your 3070 Ti, 3080 Ti, and your 3060 coming out quite quickly after AMD released their cards, and I feel like they were kind of a response to that. Then again, they might have just been Nvidia going, "Oh crap, we should have released the 3080 and 3070 at this price point instead, and we're gonna do that." But yeah, I don't think they're scared of them, um, but I think they might be a little bit concerned. Um, I feel like this is gonna be for for Nvidia. I think that this is gonna be a bust of a generation. I don't think it's gonna be a great generation, to be honest with you. Um, I think they're gonna be super power hungry, and because they're power hungry, they're gonna be super expensive because, like you're saying, those massive coolers that they're gonna have on them are gonna be ridiculous. Um, they're not gonna be just a convenient take out your old card, put in the new card, update your drivers kind of deal either, because I think a lot of people are gonna be needing to upgrade Yeah, really, they dropped some market share overall since 2021. Interesting. Yeah, GPU wise, I could see that. Well, Intel too, yeah. Well, Intel obviously, as far as GPU market share, can only increase, really. Intel leads the GPU market share? What? No. Where are you getting this info from? Come on. Oh, you mean integrated GPU? Yeah, you got 80.6%, 7% for Nvidia and 19.43%. Yeah, well, that's from WCF Tech. Who knows what that is? Who knows if that's real or not? But yeah, AMD, Intel, Nvidia. Oh yeah, I guess you're looking at this graph right here. But I bet you Intel is gonna have something in their, investors, in their investors call or something. They're gonna be talking about our GPU market share has grown infinitely with, with the release. But we shall see. I think though overall it's a good setting for AMD to take market share. I think this generation. Um, I think a lot of that market share was still miners buying GPUs because 3000 series were decisively better than 6000. AMD's 6000 series GPUs. Nvidia was decisively better for mining. Yeah, I know you root for AMD. You love them, and you know what? They're doing good, which is a good thing. Um, I'm not like the hugest fan of them GPU wise. Their GPUs are good value, um, but personally, I prefer the Nvidia ones. But this next gen, I don't think is going to be Nvidia's. Uh, is not going to be Nvidia's finest moments. Let's just put it that way. I think the high power consumption is going to mean expensive coolers. It's going to mean expensive boards because you're going to need a lot more components to handle that power. Papa for President 2024. Ray tracing in every home. That's my campaign promise. Mm-hmm. Papa, don't preach. I'm keeping the baby. But yeah, I think we're gonna see really expensive GPUs this time. You bought a 7000D to fit a 4080. It's not gonna be big enough. You buy a custom water loop for it too. You know what is gonna be funny? I wouldn't be surprised if Nvidia is gonna sell bundles where it's like every 4000 series GPU comes with a D5 pump just to get you started. It's like your 4090 comes with a free D5 pump reservoir combo. All you need to do is buy the fittings, the tubes, and the rads, and you are good to go. And you can cool that thing. But I feel like the easiest thing for a lot of these companies is going to be doing probably a similar thing that there's going to probably be a lot of hybrid cooler designs. That's my guess. Uh, for these 4000 series, because you will, well, it won't be for free, that's for sure. You think power consumption is bad now? Just wait until it's like somebody's gaming and streaming. It's like gonna like use more power than a mining rig with the 4000 series. Although I do believe, as I smack my microphone here, I do believe that 4000 series will be garbage for mining. Or not garbage, but no better really than 3000 series. And I think we'll see that. But hey, I'm excited for all of them. I'm really excited for the AMD AM5 CPUs. I'm pretty excited for that. I think Nvidia will have probably an announcement late summer for the release of these. And there will be probably a paper launch in the fall, similar to when they did the 3000 series. But if there is any supply constraint, we can know wholeheartedly and fully assuredly that it is 100% Nvidia's doing any scarcity of 4000 GPUs. So we shall see. I feel like Intel really missed the boat though with mining. They could have really just produced and sold so many GPUs. All they would have needed really was mining drivers. They don't even need gaming drivers on them. But I think I'm going to leave it at that. And I'm excited for what's coming. And I will definitely be covering any live announcements from Nvidia, AMD. I might even cover some Intel stuff. I don't know. I just don't really find their products that exciting. CPUs might be kind of exciting, but meh. We'll see. And yeah, join me next time. I think my next Monday stream, I will be doing either a GPU cleaning or I might do a build. I might be doing a build with a 6700K that I have laying around. I've got a 6700K and a Z170 board. I might pop that together and just do maybe a build instructional. I still got to find my tweezers and my Live Strong bracelet in order to properly assemble the PC, but I'll probably do like a PC building video next Monday, or I might do another GPU cleaning one and save the 4000 series cache size. Well, the 4000 series cache size is it's kind of funny because it's kind of a nod to AMD's design, but it also is a reasoning behind why, because they're not really increasing memory bandwidth on the 4000 series. Overall memory bandwidth is going to be quite similar, so you're not going to see big increments in mining performance as a result of that, but the cache size does help a lot with gaming performance. So it's one of those things where they're like, screw you miners, we are going to make a gaming card this time around. But yeah, so next Monday I think I might do a build or a GPU cleaning. This Friday we're bringing the server back to life, and so we are going to be doing some 7 Days to Die with our new format, which hopefully is more entertaining. Coconuts or Fruit of Palm, as you go by on the YouTube. You should check it out. I've added a lot more furnaces for making steel. So hopefully we'll have our base kitted out in steel and ready to defend against any zombies and maybe do some treasure hunts. Again, if you haven't liked the video, please do like. It helps. Share, subscribe. If you think there's some other reason why Nvidia is reducing their product orders from TSMC, let me know in the comments. Lith, you should put some of your predictions in the comments, and we can have them there in the comment section, and you can just link them then in the chat next time they come true, and we'll go back to them and be like, yep, he was right again. Yep, he was right again. And I don't mind being wrong about these things. I just like to play, see what the possibilities are. But I think there's definitely some reason. You don't think that the 4000 series is going to be available maybe to consumers until like 2023, eh? I think that was one of your predictions that you were talking about. But yeah, so we'll see. I don't know. I think they're going to be available in fall, and it would be a grave mistake for Nvidia to delay it artificially until next year. I think they should have supply for Black Friday, for holiday season, and they should just be like, forget what's on the shelves. We're going to put this on the shelves, and we're going to sell. So we will see. Paper launch October is your prediction, and we will see. But yeah, thanks for hanging out. I really appreciate the talk back and forth, and we'll see. We'll see how accurate these predictions are. You were right with the chiplet design. Back when me and a few others, maybe many others, were saying no way. So we shall see. And Fruit of Palm, we will see about your prediction of Papa for president in 2024. He might be president. You never know. But yeah. Thanks again, though, Lith, for hanging out, for lighting up the chat section and making it so I wasn't just talking to myself and reading an article. Thank you to anybody who's viewing this later on. Thank you, Fruit of Palm, for hanging out as well. And we'll see you guys in the next one. Friday, 9:30. We're going to have our next gaming one. And then Monday at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we will have our next tech one, which will be either GPU cleaning, PC building. I am going to do a PC build in the near future. Again, it's an easy thing for anybody who doesn't know how or has been thinking about it and is worried. I will show you how easy it is. Even an idiot like me can do it, which means so can you. All right. Thanks again so much, guys, and I will see you in the next one. Have a good night. Bye.